Hello and good morning, my dear students of class 8. Once again, welcome back for the online class. But today we'll not deal with anything new. Okay, already in the last class we had started with the new lesson number 5. Ormero has disappeared from the map, right? But for as of now, we shall withhold that. We shall not continue with that. We shall continue with that lesson after the first term examinations. Okay. So today for the online class, I will give you the syllabus for the first term online examinations, which is going to be held from the 17th of this month. No? So therefore, this is the syllabus for this term, first term. First one is the face on the wall. Now you know this story. This we had done in the class itself, offline. So I hope you remember the story of a little man who narrates a very strange and a very mysterious story, no, which had happened to him in his life. He says, he claims to be, that he was in the rooms and there were many patches, and one of the patches was exactly like the face of a person, and how this little fellow was in search of this a person who has the same face, in the patch. He was very much convinced that there has to be a person who has this face, same face. So finally, we know how he goes here and he travels in the ship and train, and finally he meets that person with that same face of the patch, right? And Mr. Ormond Ward, he says, no? And what happens and all, you know everything, right? And finally, in the end, before he leaves that Dabney's, that hotel, he says that actually he was lying. He has just made up the story half an hour ago. It's a very funny story, but at the same time very mysterious. Kindly revise this, okay? And second, we have the second lesson, a retrieved reformation. Now, retrieved reformation, this is about a person named, what is his name? James Valentine, or Jimmy in short. No, he was a professional thief, a burglar, and once he was already caught. He was imprisoned. Once he comes out of the prison, what happens? He again begins his same job of stealing. No, but once what happens? He happens to be in one city called Elmore City, and there he finds a beautiful girl called Annabel Adams, and he falls in love with her. And because of her only, he is willing to change his life. He wants to give up his old occupation of burglary, stealing, and he starts a new life. He starts a new business of shoe shop there, in Elmore City, and he was very happy. He got engaged with that girl whom he loved, Annabel Adams, and he starts his new life, very refreshed life, reformed life. No, but what happens once they were in the bank of this Annabel Adams' father, and there accidentally Annabel Adams' niece, his sister's daughters, one of the daughters got locked in this new locker. And the thing was that locker was very new and nobody could open that. And at this moment, what happens? Finally, our hero, James Valentine, opens the locker. And in order to open that, he had to again come back to his same occupation as a burglar. He had to open his old tool, which contained all the things, clamps and all, which helped him to open any kind of locker or any kind of building or whatever. So he also feels ashamed that because of his act, people came to know once again that he was a thief actually, because everyone claimed that nobody could open this, but he opens that. So he was a professional. Everyone came, and we have another character, Ben Price, who is a famous detective. Now he comes along, they meet, but Ben Price finally leaves him. He pretends as if he doesn't know. He didn't know James Valentine. Maybe he was giving him a chance to live a new life happily. Okay, so that's all about retrieved reformation, James Valentine. And we also did a small short poem called Night Voices. Night Voices is a small short poem which narrates about the father and the son being together in a room in a forest area, and the son is very, very much afraid of the creepy sounds, the voices that was coming from the forest. But father somehow or the other was trying to make him understand that it's not anything, there's no one there, it's just the sound of the trees, sound of the waves of the oceans, or rustling of the leaves. It is a natural voices, don't worry. Father wants to is trying to make the son understand, but the son is very, very much afraid. He already is preoccupied with all those stuffs in there, so he's not at all ready to accept till the end also that father how much ever father was trying, but child was still afraid. Okay, so you can just go through that. Number three, we have Back from the Brink. Now you know this. This is a small documentary written by two ladies, no, Shilpi Sharma and Rita Banerjee, who were documenting a film. They were traveling in the deep forests among the tribal people of the northeast India, right? And what were they documenting was mainly the lifestyle of all these tribal people, and especially how the hunting was going on there, and with that rate of the hunting, whether the animals would survive for another years or no. So they wanted to find that out, no? And they discovered many things. Like now, many tribal people in these northeast areas, they had given up hunting also. They had banned the hunting by themselves, and they had started this what do you call this tourism, ecotourism. They had started, no. Earlier hunters had turned out to be guides, forest guides for the tourists, and also many changes also have taken place. So these are the things that was discovered by these two in this. So no, these two document what do you call the people, the girls, Rita and Shilpi, from this. Okay, so this is a documentary, and we revise this. And for the fourth one lesson, we have Bees in My Backyard. No, now this was written by an Indian author only, Bittu Sagal, and here he tries to explain about the beauty of the nature, right? And though he was living in a Mumbai city, very very populated city, but there also he had maintained this, preserved this beautiful wildlife there, called Jal Darshan sanctuary, or the garden, you see. And there he would spend hours. The author would spend hours and hours watching the birds, different butterflies and bees working there. He was very much happy in the environment, no. But he also criticizes the people who are now very much busy with ourselves, busy with themselves, like we are so much busy with mobiles, televisions, and we have no time to spend some time in the nature. We have no time to spend no time in the nature. So he also kind of Bittu Sagal, the author, also requests all of us to spend some time. We need to learn many things from the nature, from the bees, from the trees, because definitely nature has been feeding us. Without nature, we can't live. The oxygen we breathe, the air, everything, water we drink. So therefore, he says that we have to also give some time. We also have to need to contribute towards the betterment and the development for the nature and the environment. Okay, so it's not only about cutting all the trees and building big factories, but we also need to preserve our nature. That is the call, the demand that our author Mr. Sargal, who is also an environmentalist, okay, he tries to portray these things through this writing. Okay, so The Face on the Wall, Reformation, Night Voices, Back from the Brink, and Bees in My Backyard. So these are this is the syllabus for you. Kindly revise the portions once again. Go through the videos, the online videos that I had sent, the explanations of all this. Okay, and also go through the text. And the questions will be very very simple. Okay, like you'll have the same pattern. Answer the following questions as you have, and you have the answer the following questions in reference to context, that also will be there. And you'll have make sentences of your own. I'll give my own words, you'll have to make sentences out of those. And you will have one summary. Write the summary of, it could be of any, either one, this, or the poem, or this or this. Out of these lessons you have to write the summary of any one. So that means you have to have understood the lessons well. Okay, that will be there. And little bit about the grammar portion that we have done, whatever we have done. Okay, we have done the nouns, we have done the adjectives, we have done the pronouns, we have done changing the positive sentences into negative sentences. Kindly go through the text. Okay, whatever is there, whatever we have done, only we shall do that. Okay, nothing will you get from outside. But remember one thing, you do not expect the questions exactly as it is in the book. Now questions will be modified here and there, because it's an online examination, and definitely when you sit down for exams, your books will be there with you, right? I'm very sure. So therefore, please do not expect exact whatever question is there. I'll modify the questions. Same thing, but I'll just modify a little bit here and there. You have to write answers in your own words. So therefore, prepare accordingly. Okay, And if you have any problem, any queries, you can kindly, you are requested to call me directly, and I'll be very happy to help you all. Okay, so all the very best for your online examinations, and do your very best. Okay, so this is the syllabus. Thank you.